The consensus among scholars is that Giovanni da Verrazzano was born in Val di Greve, south of Florence, the then capital of the Republic of Florence. Although Verrazzano left a detailed account of his voyages to North America, little is known about his personal life. After 1506, he settled in the port of Dieppe in France, where he began his career as a navigator. In 1508, he embarked for the American coast on a ship called Le Pense, equipped by the shipowner Jean Angot. He explored the region of Newfoundland and possibly the St. Lawrence River in Canada. On other occasions, he made numerous voyages to the eastern Mediterranean. In 1523, King Francis I of France asked Verrazzano to make plans to explore an area between Florida and Terra Nova for France, with the goal of finding a sea route to the Pacific Ocean. Within months, 4 ships set sail due west for the Grand Banks of Newfoundland, but a violent storm and rough seas caused the loss of 2 ships. The remaining 2 damaged ships were forced to return to Brittany. Repairs were completed in the final weeks of 1523, and they set sail again. This time the ships headed south toward calmer waters, which were under Spanish and Portuguese control. After a stop in Madeira, complications forced Le Normande back to home port, but Verrazzano's ship, Le Dauphine, departed on January the 17th of 1524, headed once more to North Americas. It neared the area of Cape Fear on about March 1st, and after a short stay, reached the Pamlico Sound Lagoon in modern North Carolina. In a letter to Francis I, Verrazzano wrote that he was convinced the sound was the beginning of the Pacific Ocean, from which an access could be gained to China. This report caused one of many errors in the depiction of Northern America in contemporary maps. Continuing to explore the coast further northwards, Verrazzano and his crew came into contact with natives living on the coast. However, he did not notice the entrance to the Chesapeake Bay or the mouth of the Delaware River. In what is now called New York Bay, he encountered the Lenape and observed what he deemed to be a large lake, which in fact turned out to be the entrance to the Hudson River. He then sailed along Long Island and entered Narragansett Bay, where he received a delegation of Wampanoag and Narragansett people. He stayed there for 2 weeks and then moved northwards, following the coast up to modern Maine, southeastern Nova Scotia, and Newfoundland, after which he returned to France by the 8th of July, 1524. Verrazzano named the region he explored Francesca in honor of the French king, but his brother's map labeled it Nova Gallia, translating to New France. With financial support from Jean Angot and Philip de Chabot, Verrazzano arranged a second voyage which departed from Dieppe with 4 ships early in 1527. Verrazzano reached the coast of Brazil with 2 ships and harvested a cargo of Brazil wood before returning to Dieppe in September. This partial success, although it did not find the desired passage to the Pacific Ocean, inspired Verrazzano's final voyage, which left Dieppe early in 1528. In 1528, during his 3rd voyage to North America, after exploring Florida, the Bahamas, and the Lesser Antilles, Verrazzano anchored out to sea and rowed ashore, probably on the island of Guadeloupe. He was actually killed by the inhabitants. The fleet of 2 or 3 ships were anchored out of gun range and no one could respond in time. Other sources suggest Verrazzano was executed for piracy by the Spanish at Puerto del Pico, Spain.